Death and taxes, right? The word out there is that you can't escape either. But I figure if you die, you probably don't need to worry about those darn taxes. Let someone else worry about them. But if you have not passed away and you have properties, then you have to deal with those yearly property taxes. No ifs, ands, or buts. Pay and you take care of one responsibility. Do not pay and you will accrue penalties. And the agency that collects those taxes may even have the right to sell the property from under you to recoup the amounts that you owe them. So, this is a short story of property taxes. Were they paid? Were they not paid? Were they lost in transit? Towards the end of a refinance of a commercial property, the lender required that all the taxes show paid on the preliminary title report before they would issue loan documents. The tax collector's website, unfortunately, showed that the second half of the taxes were unpaid. California regular taxes are due in two installments every fiscal year. The second installment is due on February 1st and delinquent if unpaid by April 10th. We were in the middle of May and the taxes still did not show paid. So we let the borrower know, and he provided us with a very blurry copy of a check that he sent to the tax collector's office in March. Now, by all accounts, it should not have taken the county 2 months to update their system. So there must have been some issue. However, the loan could not wait, and the lender needed to go forward with the loan documents. We told the borrower that to satisfy the lender's requirements in close escrow, he had two choices. Let us hold the delinquent amounts at the closing and only release it back to him when the county shows it paid, or pay them again at closing and let the county refund the overpayment afterwards. This is where it got a little bit ugly. The borrower heaped verbal abuse on us and demanded that we take his word and his blurry check and consider the taxes paid. Oh, right. Did I tell you that the taxes were a small sum of $13,000? Now, escrow officers hate to hold money at closing. Holding money means that the file cannot be laid to rest. And we have to remember to continuously monitor the funds held. The second choice was to pay the taxes again at closing. The borrower would then have to wait until the tax agency reviewed and updated their file before they would refund the overpayment. The refund could take many months down the road. But for us, this would be the easiest way for us to handle this. But it was not the choice du jour for the borrower. The thing was, no matter which option he chose, the borrower would have to send us $13,000 because we just did not have enough money in the refinance to cover the amount. Call the tax collector's office to find out what happened firsthand, we asked of him. But he seemed to think that it was our job to clear the matter. Meanwhile, the lock rate was coming up and we had to get the escrow closed or he would lose the loan. After a number of irate calls in which the client ranted at us and the lender asked us that since we have a copy of the cash check, just show it paid and let's get it closed. Well then, here is the $13,000 question. Would the escrow and the title company be willing to take the risk and liability to show it paid without actual knowledge of the truth of that statement? The answer is an unequivocal no. The title company is all about managing their risk. They want to minimize all risk before they insure the transaction. The escrow company will not close unless the title company will insure. So all the parties came to a standstill. We told the borrower and the lender that there had to be a reason why the taxes did not show paid, and having a blurry check was not sufficient proof. We told the lender that they cannot issue such a demand of us just because the borrower was very vocal in their dissatisfaction. If they wanted this transaction to go through, it was either hold or pay. Given that the borrower worked for the last 5 months to get this refinance completed and were unwilling to wait any longer, they grudgingly agreed, signed the loan docs, and wired us sufficient funds to hold the $13,000 until it showed paid. So what happened? There are a few distinct possibilities. First, the county did not update their records or their website correctly. Secondly, the county did not match the check payment to the correct tax assessor's number, and maybe somebody else got credit for that payment made. Or thirdly, there was some issue with the payment that precluded the county from marking the tax paid. Well, in our case, it turned out that the third reason was the correct one. Although the borrower received the cash check back, our resources at the county tax collector's office, and yes, we did try to find out what happened, our resources advised us that according to their records, they got notification that the payment was returned due to non-sufficient funds. Wow, NSF, that got the borrower's attention and brought their anger down a few notches. Their bank said the money was taken out of their account, but the tax collector said they did not have it. So was it paid? Was it not paid? It was up to the borrower to work it out. Meanwhile, we would close the escrow and hold the money. We really don't like dramatic confrontations and verbal abuse from the client, but there are points that we try to convey. Be proactive. Don't rely on a third party, in this case, the escrow officer, to rectify a problem that is not of their doing or an event that happened outside of the transaction. Go to the root of the source. Find out what the issue is, and in this case, call the tax collector's office. Take responsibilities for your own actions or non-actions, and especially don't blame the messenger. Unfortunately, it is doubtful that this client will ever come back to use our services again. Although it was not of our doing, they will always associate our company with a negative event that happened. Just another day in the escrow trenches. Whoever said this job was going to be easy? This is Juliana too, and thank you for watching. Give me any feedback. Give me a like. Better yet, subscribe to my Think Escrow channel to get the next story or escrow tip as soon as they are posted. I shall see you in my next video, and thank you again.